Hi guys, I'm Dick from Starter Guide Scotland and a very happy, proud time market user. So I want to share with you guys a bit of context about how I first learned about time market, my really positive experience to date, and a few of the things that I use it for myself. So I first found out about time market from Jules herself. We worked together on quite a few virtual events back in 2020, and I do remember at the time her mentioning her new venture, and I do remember being really excited about it. I think the timing is obviously perfect when it comes to hybrid working and being really comfortable in your working environment. Obviously that's very important, and I think for a lot of people, including myself, it's become even more important. I have benefited really from time market in many ways, not least important meetings. If I'm keen to have in-person meetings with a potential prospect, a potential new partner, or members of the same team as me. I think it's really important to find a space that facilitates said meetings, and I think interior design, coffee access, all these things are really critical. And I think if we look at the problem, going to a hotel cafe or Starbucks or something, it really doesn't do what you need it to do. A few things I mentioned from my previous answer, but for me particularly important is the design. I think working in a space that is really positive and bright and comfortable for me has a big impact. Good Wi-Fi, of course. One of the biggest things for me is actually phone booths. I typically do quite a few meetings during the day, and it's really difficult. One of the biggest things that's quite rare to find is a space where you can not only work in an uninterrupted environment, but you can also have meetings. It's a bit of a contradiction, and I think one of the things on time market that I've seen which is brilliant is you can filter to search for locations with a phone booth. So for me that's one of the first things that I look out for. And in terms of favourite venues, quite hard to choose. Obviously I do quite like Mindspace. They've got some really cool places. I've been to the one in Hammersmith, been to the one in Liverpool Street just by Shoreditch, and both excellent. I think the staff are really friendly, the coffee facilities are really brilliant, lots of really comfortable desk spaces. They've got the phone booths that I mentioned. I had a really important interview actually in one of them and managed to get a job, so obviously a good sign as well. Things I've started experimenting with recently in terms of productivity at work. One of them is actually a no meetings day. And I think for me this has been a huge change and a real benefit. I think when you have jobs like mine where it's a lot of prospecting, a lot of partner meetings, they're obviously great, I do really look forward to them, but when it comes to having an uninterrupted day to do the deeper work, it's an actual game changer. A couple of things, I've started doing a lot of walking meetings, especially with Zoom and virtual meetings. It's quite tiring, let's be honest, and I think if you have the opportunity to say to somebody you work, why don't we just talk? Why don't we just focus on the audio, go out for a walk, really stretch your legs, that can have a huge impact on not only your well-being but your productivity as well. In terms of events, we do quite a few exciting ones coming up for Starter Guide Scotland, quite a few virtual events actually. We'll have a few lunch and learns, so to speak, so look out for those coming soon. Of course, a few in-person events now happening up in Edinburgh, potentially Glasgow as well. And in terms of topics, a whole wide range of things from Web3 crypto to carbon, sustainability, and everything in between.